Our story begins in 1966 with the birth of our main protagonist, Matthew. See, Matthew grew up in San Francisco, California, where he and his brother were raised by adoptive parents. When he was just 16, Matthew ran away from his adoptive family's home, stole a car with the plan of reaching Oregon. Unfortunately for him, on his way there, he was pulled over by the cop and was arrested, where he was told to appear in court a couple days later. But when the day came, he didn't show up. Where had Matthew gone to? What the judge didn't know was at the time he was long gone. See, Matthew was on his way to Albuquerque, New Mexico. When he arrived, he laid down low for a few months and started working at a hot dog stand. It was here, while serving food to customers, smelling the scent of freshly cooked glizzies, glazed with delicious ketchup and mustard, where he met William Donald Woods. Although the two worked together, they never interacted until one day William's wallet went missing. When he questioned Matthew about it, he didn't respond, and the situation quickly turned confrontational, with William putting his fist to Matthew's face. It was at this point that Matthew realized that William wasn't messing around and reached into his back pocket to reveal that he had the wallet this entire time. Once obtained, William checked the wallet and everything seemed to be okay. His ID, bank card, and cash was still in there. At this time, William thought nothing about it, but he had no idea how wrong he truly was. 2 years following the incident, and Matthew uses William's name and birthday to get a fake Colorado ID. He then obtained a Colorado bank account and landed a job at a fast food place with that very same information. It was here, while flipping burgers, he would gaze out the window and imagine the life that he could have, the life he had always dreamed of, a life with freedom, a family, a life where he wasn't flipping burgers for money. So, just a year later, he quit his job, packed up his bags, and bought a car with 2 $300 checks and drove all the way to Idaho. On his way to Idaho, he was struck with more of his bad luck, and the stolen car he was driving broke down. Matthew abandoned the car quickly and rushed to the nearest ATM to withdraw all the money from his accounts before the seller could cash those checks. With the money now obtained, he continued on to Idaho. Once there, in 1994, still using William's name, Matthew married a woman by the name of Nancy. Nancy, Nancy, what is this? You didn't tell me you knew this dude. Okay, not a big deal. Nancy and Matthew just have a child. After their son's elementary school was finished for the academic year, the now father Matthew and his family moved to Wisconsin and there obtained a copy of William's birth certificate using the information he found on Ancestry.com. A few years passed, and in 2013 he got a job as a security architect at the University of Iowa Hospital IT department and would work there for the next 10 years, earning more than $700,000 in total, and in 2023 his salary was about $141,000 according to the hospital. While working there over the next 10 years, he took out multiple vehicle and personal loans from the Iowa Credit Union under Wood's name, worth more than $200,000. While all this was going on, the real Woods was homeless in Los Angeles, begging for spare change and eating out of dumpsters. One day, as he was peeling through the layers of garbage trying to find something to eat, he saw something he had never seen before, something golden, something unlike anything. It was a golden subscribe and like button. Guys, if you like the video, make sure to click that like and also to subscribe. Now, back to the video. While still homeless in 2019, Woods went to a branch in the National Bank where he soon discovered that someone was using his bank accounts and had accumulated debt. After making the discovery, he asked the bank teller to close all the accounts. He gave the bank his ID and social security number, which matched the information the bank had on file, but he couldn't answer any of the security questions which William had set. To verify his identity, the bank called the numbers they had on file for him, which was Matthew's number. Matthew then proceeded to answer all the questions with ease, obviously because he said them, and then told the employees that nobody in California was authorized to use these accounts. The bank employees, now confused as to who was telling the truth, called LAPD. Once the police arrived, with William present and Matthew still on the phone, the two of them were questioned. To ensure that the police believed him, Matthew went as far as faxing fraudulent identity documents to prove that he was in fact the real Woods. The police, believing Matthew, arrested the real Williams and he was charged with identity theft and false impersonation. While in custody, William repeatedly insisted that he was in fact the real Woods. William was sent to a mental hospital in California where he was medicated and confined. Once released in March 2021, Woods pleaded no contest to the identity theft charges, meaning that he accepted the conviction but did not admit any guilt. He was given credit for the 2 years he had already spent in a county jail and hospital and was released under orders to stop using the name William Woods. Mind you, his own name. He, however, didn't stop and continued to attempt to regain his identity. See, Matthew had messed up. Matthew had messed with the wrong man. He had stolen his identity, put him in debt, gotten him arrested and detained in a mental institution for 2 years, and now he was going to pay.